I get quite a few comments like these. This guy is definitely single. Dude, you must be single. Man, you got to get laid. Virgin. I have no idea what they base that on, but yes, it is true that I am single and I am a virgin. And I wouldn't have it any other way. And that's exactly what I tell them. But let's say hypothetically I do get laid. What do you think is going to happen? I wake up the next morning, go on the computer and say, alright, listen up, people. All the videos I've ever made so far have been complete bullshit. Feminism is a wonderful thing, and women should be worshipped.
Hey, what is this crap? Why the change of heart?
I got laid.
Oh, okay, that explains it.
No. If I got laid, I would wake up the next morning and make another video on men's issues and the hypocrisy of feminism. My relationship status has absolutely nothing to do with the content of my videos. But I figured that since I get these single and virgin comments quite a bit, I would go ahead and make a video about it. All my life, I've never been in a relationship, never had a girlfriend, never been on a date, or anything. Nor do I plan to for the rest of my life.
Listen to me, kid. When you get involved with the opposite sex, you're only asking for trouble.
Yes, and that's the kind of trouble I stay out of.
I am a perfect example of a man going his own way. Just look up MGTOW in the dictionary and you'll see my picture. I consider myself pretty fortunate. I learned the easy way to not get involved with relationships. There are several reasons why I choose not to. Now I know that's hard for some people to believe, but yes, a man can choose to be single. And in my case, one reason is that I'm not a very social person in general. I only go out if I have to, and I only interact with someone if I have to. I can't stand small talk, and I would much rather be alone. That is when I'm the happiest. I am definitely an introvert. This, however, does not mean that I don't like other people or never want to talk to them, but there has to be a reason for it. It's very rare that I meet someone who I can really get along with and want to hang out with, but it is great when it happens. Another reason why I'll never go on a date is because of all the sexist traditions that are involved. When it comes to dating, the man is expected to be the one to take the initiative and ask the woman out first. Then on the date, the man plays the subservient role. He is the one to open her doors, pull out her chairs, take her coat, pay for her, and so on and so on. That's just not for me. If those are the rules of the game, don't expect me to play. Now I know I'm going to hear a lot of people say, what's the problem with all that? That's just being nice. Dating is all about getting to know one another. Well, we can still get to know each other without me having to do all that stuff. And if women were expected to do all that stuff on dates, it would no longer be considered just nice, but rather subservient behavior that a woman shouldn't have to do. A lot of women say that they would prefer the man to ask them out because it shows that the men are interested in them. And if they ask the man out instead, it would seem desperate. But why doesn't this apply to men? Is it not desperate if the man asks the woman out? And if the woman asks out the man, it shows she's interested. As far as I'm concerned, if she's not interested in asking me out, then she's not interested enough in me, period. Now, there are some women out there who have no problem with asking a man out, but I don't think they're very common. They usually prefer to have the man ask them out. I can't stand girls who like someone, but rather than going over and talking to them, they play hard to get and wait for the man to ask them out. That's so counterintuitive to me. If you like someone and want to ask them out, just do it and quit playing games. So between me not being very social and not trying to meet people, and the fact that women will most likely not take the initiative to ask the man out, it's safe to say that I will never experience dating. To that I say, fine by me. Why pay for 2 sandwiches when I only wanted 1? And another reason why I choose to be single is because of all these people who can't believe their ears when they hear me say all this stuff. Every now and then when I talk to some people, they'll say something like, when you have kids, or when you get married. They say when, not if, as if it's inevitable that I get married and have kids, like it's something that every man has to do. So I tell them, no, I'm never getting married, and I'm never going to have kids. I love being single. But rather than saying, oh, that's cool, many are shocked and try to analyze why I feel this way. They treat it like a problem that I have to overcome. One person even said, "Then why are you here?" As if the only purpose of life is to have kids. If that's the case, then what about the people who can't have their own kids, even if they wanted to? Are they useless people who don't serve the true purpose of life? Anyway, if a woman says she's single and intends to stay that way, the common reaction to that is, "Good for you, you don't need a man to hold you down, you go girl." But when I say I love being single and never plan to be in a relationship, people are taken completely by surprise, and they end up saying, "Oh, you say this now, but you will change your mind later." Ugh. These people are so certain that I will be getting married, and that gives me yet another reason not to get married, to prove to these people that I don't have to do jack shit. When I was a senior in high school, the kid sitting next to me made a bet with me. He said that if I am married by the time we see each other at the next high school reunion, I would owe him $50. And if I was still single, he would give me $50. Of course, I tried to make this bet for a lot more, but he only wanted to go up to $50. This will be the easiest $50 I'll ever make. All I have to do is be single, which is what I was going to do anyway, and I get $50. It's win-win. Not to mention all the money I would be saving by not getting involved with anyone. So yes, I know it's shocking for some people to hear all this. A man choosing not to be with the woman? What are you, crazy? Being single has to be the worst thing in the world. It's no wonder a lot of people think this. Heterosexual single men are usually depicted in a negative way. They are portrayed as sloppy and messy, stains on their shirts, garbage all around them, and a woman entering his life makes his life so much better, and he is the lucky one to have found her. But a single woman is portrayed as smart, powerful, and independent. She doesn't need a man in her life. Good for her. But if she does get involved with a man, it's like she has a baby to care for. The man is more like a burden to her as opposed to making her life any better. Anyway, sorry to disappoint you ladies out there, but this bird is flying solo. I just can't imagine my life with anybody. Being single is my preference, and it's just the way I am. So the next time I have to go to one of those stupid diversity trainings and we get to the part where we all have to say what we're proud of, I'll be sure to say, being single. That is definitely one of the things I am proud to be.